Have you got a terrarium that looks like this or this and you're not sure why? This video is for you. One of the main reasons this terrarium has died is due to it being overwatered. As you can see, the substrate is very wet. This would cause it to stagnate, which would ultimately lead to the end of the terrarium's life. Although it's definitely too late for this one, I'm going to show you how to fix an overwatered terrarium. You may recognise this terrarium from the Dragonstone terrarium build I did a couple months ago. If you would like to see that, I'll link it here. This is a great example of what the substrate should look like. Damp but not wet. And as you can see, the plants and moss are definitely grateful for it. But as an example, if this terrarium was overwatered, here's how I would go about fixing it. Start by taking some tissue or a cloth and removing the condensation from the glass. This will remove some moisture from the terrarium. Next, leave the terrarium open for 1 to 2 hours to let some more water evaporate. Then close the terrarium up and monitor it closely. If the substrate is still wet and soggy, repeat the process again. Instead of having to fix an overwatered terrarium, it's best not to overwater it in the first place. Here are some tools to help with that. A pipette can be very useful as you can add water 1 drop at a time. This makes it very hard to overwater the terrarium. Spray bottles like this one are also a great option, as they well distribute the water going in. My personal favourite is this continuous spray bottle. As you can see, it sprays a continuous stream of ultrafine mist, which is useful when it comes to water in a terrarium. Remember, less is more. It's better to underwater than overwater. The soil mix, or more commonly known as the substrate, plays a key role in the health of a terrarium. Get it right and your terrarium will be set up to live for years to come. Get it wrong and it can most certainly lead to a speedy death. A quality terrarium substrate should have the following characteristics. Well draining, resistant to compression and provide nutrients for the plants. Here's the mix I've used in over 1,000 terrariums. 1 part cocoa fibre, 2 parts sphagnum moss, 1/4 part orchid bark, 1/4 part charcoal, and 1/4 part of worm castings. All these elements come together to make the perfect terrarium substrate. Feel free making this mix yourself, and for my UK viewers, I have some available on my website if you want to buy it ready-made. The substrate is one of the leading factors that keep a terrarium healthy, so make sure you get it right. Can you guess what caused this terrarium to die? It was cooked by the sun, as it was left in direct sunlight. Unfortunately, this is a very common mistake that catches new people out in the hobby. If you plan on using natural light, make sure it's a bright spot in indirect sunlight. Alternatively, I always recommend LED lights due to the consistency they provide. This terrarium is definitely beyond saving. This light comes with a nice base that you can use to display a nice arrangement of terrariums. I display almost all of my terrariums under LED lights, and they are definitely grateful for it. I'll put an Amazon link in the description to where you can get this light, or at least one very similar. Here's the rack where I keep most of my terrariums. They are lit by under cabinet LED lights. Once again, link in description. I hope you found this video useful. Remember to like and subscribe for more terrarium content. And why not watch this video if you want to learn how to make a terrarium from scratch.